Are you curious to know what a virtual assistant is like and how they can help you with your business in the beauty industry? Well, hi, it's 𝗩𝗏𝗱𝗆 here, founder of Outsourcing Angel, and in today's video, I go close and personal with Desiree, a VA who has been helping one of our clients, Julia Mann, for over 4 years. Julia runs a lash education and training business where Desiree handles social media marketing, email management, invoice processing, and graphic design, and more. So let's welcome Desiree. Hey Desiree, it's so good to have you here. I really am excited to get the audience to learn more about virtual assistants, who they are, what are they like. Welcome.
Hi, Miss Leanne. Good day.
Okay, so where are you based in the Philippines?
I am based in Visayas region in Dumaguete City. Yeah, and I've been living here my whole life.
And so let's take us back. Tell us more about your life before you became a VA and what made you decide to be a virtual assistant.
I am actually a registered nurse, but then I never got to practice my profession because when I started work and joining the workforce, my friend worked as a virtual worker. Then she introduced me to several online job sites. I started with onlinejobs.ph and then also dabbled with Upwork, but mainly as a freelance article writer. I didn't work as a general virtual assistant at first because I was a bit apprehensive going into that field because I didn't have enough experience. And with article writing, of course, we studied English in our school. It was just the background that I needed. So I started work as an article writer. I became a casual writer in several projects, but didn't have actually a long-term client. So I came across your job listing back in 2016 or 2017. Then OA was not yet established then. You guys didn't have like the structure that we have now. You were the one who interviewed me, and then it was casual but not so strict interview as I recall. And then I was super nervous about it. And then Wendy, our general manager now, contacted me and then gave me casual jobs like ad hoc tasks. I think April something 2017 that I had a full-time client with OA, and yeah, it's 4 years.
Yeah, so it's been a long time that you've been with us, and what was attractive about being a virtual assistant versus going to a job and working in a typical job?
I am a mother already. I became a mother at 21, a bit early. So
same as me. I had a baby when I was 20, so I can relate.
Yeah, a bit early. So I wanted to be with my daughter. We have a small province, and then the job opportunities here in our province for a registered nurse is quite limited, and then the pay cannot support a family. So the virtual workforce was still new at that time. My relatives would tell me, "What's your job? What are you doing?" They would even my parents would question me, "What are you doing with your life? What kind of job do you have?" Like, it's not that common back then. I think it became like my norm when it came to work-life environment that I wanted to have, and then gave me enough freedom to be with my daughter, to be here in our home, and then it's just so convenient and the pay is better.
Yeah. Talking about pay as well, because a lot of clients or people that aren't familiar with outsourcing, one of their main concern is actually like, is this exploitation? Are we ripping people off and taking advantage of people in the poorer country? Like, what do you have to say about that?
No, I don't think so, because when I compare my salary with my relatives and my cousins, and then even though they have the benefits, the usual benefits that they have, like SSS or health insurance and stuff, it does not reach the half of the compensation that I receive. So it's usually a topic that we have because my parents and my grandparents would say, you don't have insurance, you don't have SSS, you don't have PhilHealth, you don't have the benefits that your other relatives, your other cousins have because they are working at hospitals and other companies. And then I'll just let them know that I'm paying the like health insurance personally and I still have enough money to support our other needs. And exploitation on poorer countries, and no, it's not.
At the end of the day, there are probably people out there that is paying peanuts to virtual assistants over there, and sometimes virtual assistants are desperate to work and would just work for anything, and there is exploitation. But I think at our company, we try to make sure that you are compensated so well that you're so happy that you stay long term, so that our clients stay, everyone wins, right? So there's no point in exploiting because it's just not going to last. If you pay people too low under what they expect, it's just not going to work. Yeah.
I actually had an experience before I started with OA. I worked with a client I think it was in Upwork or online jobs at PH. I just found a client there. I worked for a month creating several articles for the company, and then I did not get paid. So I guess that's why it's important that you find a company like OA that would take care of you and give you the stability or the assurance or the security that any physical company that would also give you.
Yeah, that's excellent. So let's talk about the actual work that you do for clients here, right? So people here watching go, what can a VA do for a client, for example, in the beauty industry? Tell me, what's your day look like at OA working for a client like Julia Mann, who owns 𝗥𝗲𝗱𝗆, and it's a beauty industry. So what's your role and what do you do for her?
I started with Julia last 2017. Take note that I did not have any background in the beauty industry because eyelash extensions is not a major industry here in our province or here in the Philippines. So I literally did not have any background with that. But she just gave me her background. She told me her lash and business journey and then gave me all the information I needed. And we have to meet halfway. I am not a lash artist. Whenever there are questions or emails from our clients that would necessitate that I answer them on the technical aspect of doing lashes, I would need to ask her. So when we first started, it was a bit hectic because I would ask her every now and then. So Julia, a client asked about what type of curls would best be used for this type of eyes. It's a journey. And then with Lash Tribe, I handle our social media pages, the Facebook business page, the Facebook group, and then other VIP groups that we have. I also handle the emails and then Pinterest posting, LinkedIn postings, and then Lash Tribe also started doing podcasts last year. I was the one posting it on several social media accounts, and yeah, that's
So it sounds like, when you hire a VA, sometimes people think, I just hire a VA and straight away they just know what they're doing and they're just going to take everything off me. But as you're saying, it's like you've been around with the same client for so long, but it really did take effort from both parties. You're learning about a new business, a new industry, and working, trying your best to really learn as fast as you can. At the same time, your client was so patient to also teach you. But then now, would you say that you know a lot or everything about lashes?
Not exactly everything, but compared to before, I would say that I am familiar already with the terms that they use. And then because whenever we answer common questions, I put it on my special folder. And then whenever someone asks it again, so I have something to look back on. So yeah, that's how we work on it.
Yeah. And so how is it like now? I mean, are you working quite on automation? Like you kind of, every day you turn up to work, you kind of know what you're doing and you just do what you do, right? Yeah, tell me more about the routine of your task.
Yeah, I already have a set of daily tasks. When I start my shift, I post on our true Facebook business page and group. And then after that, I go into the messages and see if there are urgent ones and if there are certain things that Julia needs to attend to. I just message her about it. and then go to emails. And then, yeah, it's pretty automated already because there are also times that Julia would go on vacation with her families. Like, I think this year, just this year, she went on a vacation with her family a week. And then she just told me, if it's really, really urgent, just message me. And if it's not, you can take care of it. And I think this goes to show how deep our growth is as a client and as a VA, because she also told me, you get me already. So that's good. You know how I talk with the clients and stuff. So yeah, that's
the time that you get to go on holiday and then realize that the VA just works autonomously and being able to kind of not worry. I think that's the best feeling, right? Can you think of any other proud moments that you go, oh my God, I'm so proud to be a VA and I'm able to help?
I think the biggest win for me would be our Instagram growth, because when I started, Last Tribe just had around 7,000 followers. But then Julia wanted to grow it organically, and we posted daily and then a lot of Instagram stories. And then now we have over 31.3 thousand followers. Of course, it's not just me. Julia worked on that as well. But that's a good win for our VA and client collaboration. And then just recently, Facebook changed some of their engagement policies with their groups, with their Facebook groups. And then we had a dip on our engagement. So it was pretty low. And then I joined another group. I noticed that in their group, they asked daily questions to interact with their members. So I did not ask permission from Julia about this, because on postings, 90% of the time, I just do it. I don't ask her
permission anymore, because you know that she trusts that you know what to do.
When I started doing it, it's just like a simple, like, what's the greatest advice that you received about lashing in your business? Like, just those simple questions, daily questions. And then we had tons of engagement, like daily posts would reach 117 answers. And so Julia commended that, like, great work, Beth. I think a couple of weeks ago. So, okay. I did good.
That's so beautiful. So when it comes to success, I think it takes two parties, and I can tell that you're proactive. You care about her success. She's also very appreciative of you. Is there anything that you can think of else that you've contributed, as well as Julia has contributed, to make this such a loyal and long-term relationship?
When we started, Julia was really patient with me, because I did not have any experience doing graphic designs, like very, very, very basic. And then I would design like a quote for her and then give it to her, and then she'd give it back to me with comments. It's really a journey, a collaborative journey with us, because I would not be able to get to know the brand in her business if she was not patient and is open to working with a VA. I honestly can say that I am very lucky with my client. So Julia would give me birthday bonuses, Christmas bonuses, and then even the birthday of my daughter, she would like send me something for your daughter. Oh my God, I'm so lucky.
Yeah, that is so sweet. It's like a friendship, it's a family feel. It's like she doesn't just care about you being her employee. She cares about your whole life, your family. So that's what I think makes you motivated to work. So then for you, what do you do that makes you stand out, that makes Julia really appreciate you?
I don't joke.
Come on, you've got a lot to credit yourself for. I think you're just shy. And here's what I love about virtual assistants from the Philippines. Your culture is you're just humble, right? But I'm giving you the permission to talk about yourself now.
When we started, it was not really that easy, because I have to adjust to working with Julia, and then Julia has to adjust to me. So like any other type of relationship, it was not easy. And then there are times that I would cry. Sorry. Because sometimes there are some tasks that I would not know, like how to handle, how to proceed. And then I do not want to ask Julia how to do it. How would I do this? procedure? How would I do this task? Because I handle some of her invoicing and other back end of the business. And then there are times that I would be put in a position where I would go through certain softwares that I am not familiar with. I do not have experience on those things. So I just did my own research, watch YouTube, Google and Google and Google. So I just did the tasks. Like, I think that's what's important for a VA to do, because there are some clients that would give you the procedure step by step. But then there are also clients that would also appreciate that you do the research on your own. For me, I think that it's my responsibility as a VA to do that.
So it seems like you're very, independent and self-learner. But yeah, at the end of the day, you learn, you make your clients proud, but it's your knowledge at the end of the day. You're building yourself, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So what's the difference for you having now worked at OA? Well, how is it different for you?
One difference would be the stability and then the regular stream of income. Yeah. And then a major point of OA would be the virtual work community. Especially now that we started having the guardian angels, the small teams. Now that we only have 3 to 4 members, it has such a huge impact on the VAs, because since we are working online virtually, so we do not have the experience of like having other coworkers right beside you, like in the office workspace. Like the experience that we get to share with each other, it's refreshing.
A community feel where you feel connection with all your colleagues. Yeah.
Helped me so much with my mental health.
Oh, that's so good, especially with the COVID happening and lockdown and all that. How did you feel how important it was to have a community like what we've created at OA?
Last year, a lot of people lost their jobs, like almost, I think, higher than 50% here in the Philippines. And then it made me appreciate my job more. Last year, when the pandemic hit, it was so like the reassurance and the stability that our work and that the OA gave me and my family during that time. It was very, very good.
Yeah, that's really great. Now, the other question I have is, I can hear that you do handle inquiries with clients of Lash Tribe, because sometimes people are like, oh, I'm scared of hiring a VA and dealing with my clients. Like, what can you explain what your journey with Julia and how did she manage to get you from, hiring you and then being able to manage front end of the business as well?
At first, Julia made me read her replies so that I would know her tone, the way she addresses her clients, the kind of conversation that she would like to have with her clients. So I just looked into her replies, into her email correspondence, and then a few months after, she told me just like, okay, you try. And then she would check. And then she'd say, oh, okay, that's okay. You should not have said this. Yeah, that's how we did it.
So great. Now, if Julia's listening to this, what do you have to say to Julia?
I'm just so lucky to have Julia as my client. That's the core of my VA journey. Like, I am just so lucky to have Julia as my client and Lash Tribe. And I want to thank her for being patient with me in our 4 years journey. And I can assure her that, I already told her this before, that I care for Lash Tribe and the community that you have created. I will continue to provide quality service to her clients and to Lash Tribe. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Desiree. I really got to learn a lot about you. Really felt like I got an inside look deep into the relationship you have with your client and the business. And you've really given me a lot of, insights into what it takes to make a relationship work. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Lynn.
Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to hire someone like Desiree for your business, love to invite you for a free discovery call. But if you have any questions for me, love to hear in the comments below, and you can see other resources and even a free training in the description below. But if you like this video, there's more for you over here.